Hello all, myself Pallavi Sangle. I welcome you all in this session where I am going to discuss about my ways with which I cleared prelims 7 times. My short introduction, I have secured an All India rank of 452 in Civil Services Examination 2022. For prelims experience, as already said, I have cleared it 7 times. Since February 2025, I am full-time mentoring UPSC aspirants for their preparation through my Telegram and YouTube channel. This is my Telegram channel, UPSC Simplified by Pallavi Sangle, and this is my YouTube channel. And I am a full-time educator, mentor to UPSC aspirants since February 2025. Okay, so I have divided this session into 4 important parts. All these parts are going to help us to analyze the methods and ways in in-depth manner. So this is a series of lecture. This is not a single session in which I am going to tell everything because it will need a lot of time. So I have divided it into short sessions. Whatever you are seeing here in the screen in this 4th part, I am going to make short 5-10 minutes of video for each one of them. Today we will get a bird's eye view what I am going to cover in all of them. And tomorrow onwards I will be posting videos which are going to explain all these things in depth. Okay, so the 4 parts are mindset, second is preparation related aspects, third is implementation related aspects, and 4th is D-Day. Right? All these 4 things, if done very nicely, prelims result is a sure shot byproduct. I always believe in that. Follow the process, result is a byproduct. Okay, so let us talk about mindset. The first thing is outside noise versus inner voice. Now, this is true for everybody. You must have observed that whether it is your first attempt or 5th attempts, there are so many people around you, your friends, family members, or random people also, who are going to come and give you random advices. For example, if it is your first attempt, you will listen this that first attempt में किसी का होता है क्या? It takes 2, 3, 5 years to clear this examination. Why are you being overconfident that you will clear in first attempt? Or if it is your 4th, 5th attempt, you will generally listen to this that अब तक तो नहीं हुआ, अब कैसे होगा, like you should not waste your time, you go for something else, whatever. So all this outside noise, if it is overpowered, है ना, मतलब inner voice को अगर ये outside noise overpower कर लेती है, then our mindset is like a defeated mindset. This we should not do ever. We should always listen to what our inner voice is. If your inner voice is saying that you have done enough, you have attempted enough, you should not go ahead, then it's okay, leave it. But if your inner voice is saying that come what may, I want to clear this examination, come what may, I want to do this because I have decided that I will do this, then you should go ahead without listening to any outside noise. I'll tell you my story. In my first prelims, I attempted that prelims just after my graduation. So I just had like 1 point, like पौने 2 महीना, like 2 months, है ना? I had only this much of time. Everybody was telling me that you will not be able to clear this examination. Why are you not even trying to go for prelims in 2 months? But I had that faith in me that I always liked reading polity, geography, economy. So I felt that why I should not give it a try. I will just read thoroughly all the books. I will just read PYQ and I will go and attempt and I will see. That was my mindset. I did not got bogged down because of all this, predetermined notion that clearing prelims needs 1 year of preparation, clearing this needs this much, वगैरह. So always listen to your inner voice. You will be in advantageous position. Second is growth mindset. So growth mindset is a mindset which is seeing everything, every negative thing in a positive mindset. For example, I will say, many students are saying me that they fear attempting mocks because they fear that they might get a low score. So this fear is hampering their attempting of mock, which is a necessary thing to practice for prelims in order to clear prelims, right? But other students, they consider mock as a challenge, right? Mock as a challenge that they will understand their lacunas, they will understand their negative things and negative patterns, they will understand why they are making question wrong, and they will improve in the next mock. So somebody is seeing it as a challenge, somebody is fearing it. So growth mindset is all about watching, like viewing the negative things in a positive manner. Second is, so many students are doubting themselves, right? They are doubting themselves that whether they have prepared enough, whether they are able to clear this prelims this times, whether they should skip. The skipping is a new the skippings pop up when there is this is the last month of this examination, right? 3-4 weeks before prelims, everybody, not everybody, like most of us, even those people who have prepared enough, they will think about whether should I skip this attempt or not, because the mindset is going in a negative direction. It is not in a growth mindset attitude. That's why that skipping questions come. This is very common thing right now, and I will definitely make a 5-10 minutes of video on this, how mind is playing game with us and why we should not get bogged down with that. So somebody will doubt, but somebody will have a belief that I have done enough, I have prepared enough, I have done my static, I have done my current, I have done PYQ, I have done CSAT, I have prepared, I have attempted mocks, I have done this. So they will have belief that they will definitely clear. They will at least go and show up, and they will do better than others comparatively. So this belief is a growth mindset. Doubt is not a growth mindset. Then last and most important thing, sailing through it attitude. So we must understand this is a competitive examination. I am telling this again and again, that everybody is in same boat. Everybody feels that they have not prepared enough. Everybody feels that their static is remaining, current is remaining, PYQ is remaining, this is remaining, that is remaining. So everybody is facing some or the other challenge. Everybody is in same boat. Who is handling the boat carefully will sail through this turbulent water. The person who is thinking about skipping is not even trying to navigate the boat. The person who is thinking that somehow they will sail it, somehow they will manage the boat, somehow they will handle the boat, their chances of passing through this turbulent water and getting to the next shore is very high. So we must have that sail through it attitude in order to clear this examination. So all these things, like viewing fear as challenge, not doubting but believing when it is needed. Now it is very high time. You should believe rather than doubt yourself, right? And sail through it attitude. All these things I practice in all my attempts. It was not easy. It was definitely difficult, but it was not impossible. It was a conscious choice to do all these things instead of falling prey for the negative things, right? Then third thing, it's an exam. It's not larger than life. I know this might sound philosophical, but this is the practical thing. UPSC prelims is an examination, just like your 10th board, just like 12th board, just like graduation examination, right? Maybe the toughness is different, maybe the preparation level is vast, but it's an examination. There are sources which we should read, there are practice tests we should do, and we should attempt and go, do better than others in order to clear this examination. But at times we forget this, that this is an examination. We make it larger than life. That and we attach all those emotions with this, that if I do not clear this examination, what will happen, what people will say, what my gharwale will say. I will, I was very scholar student, that how can I fail in this examination. All these emotions we attach to it, and then this exam becomes something larger than life, and this creates pressure. This pressure bogged down many aspirants, in spite of having very good academics, in spite of having very good preparation level. This pressure will not allow them to clear this examination. So please treat it as an exam. Treat it as if there are 100 questions in GS, there are 80 questions in CSAT. I am going to attempt most of them. I am going to do better than others. I have done this preparation, with that I am going to do this, and I am going to clear this examination. Keep this in your mind. Last thing, agility in every attempt. So if it is first attempt and second attempt or third attempt, the challenges are different, that it is a little bit fearful thing to face prelims. But if it is the in first few attempts there is anxiety, there are self doubts. But if it is the next attempts like fourth, fifth, or sixth attempt, then the challenges are different, because the mindset has become little stubborn, and the agility is decreasing with every attempt. So it becomes very challenging and difficult for people to adapt anything new, to adapt anything, uh, to change, to make good changes in their preparation style in order to uh, be adaptive to the changing trend, be adaptive to the what is being asked in examinations. So I will tell you, so till 2020 CSAT passages were straightforward, on a simple note. In 2020 they changed the pattern like anything. So it was that year where for the first time the passages were so tough, ambiguity was there, and everybody was facing challenge of getting the questions right. So if somebody can adapt to this very nicely, it becomes easy to clear the CSAT in 2021. But if somebody is not adapting to this change and still practicing the way the person was doing in 2019 or 18 for CSAT passages, it is very challenging to clear in 2021. Are you getting it? So same goes with the GS train. So in 2014, 15, 16, the paper is like more of a static, straightforward, simple questions. 16 was little current, but again it is a manageable paper. But if you see in 2023, 2022, or 2000, all these papers, they demand an on the spot thinking. They demand logical deduction of the answer. They demand presence of mind. So all these things, if anybody is able to adapt, the person will be very productive in doing preparation and clearing this examination. So agility in everything, preparation style, in your sources, in how to attempt the paper, all these things matters when it comes to agility, right? And with all these things, a conscious out in emotional recharge. So I like this term very, very much. I have myself coined it, we can say that. So what is an out in emotional recharge? I know there are so many people who are facing this anxiety, then there are many negative emotions, right? Anxiety, let us suppose, then there is fear, then there is low self confidence, right? So this is so automatic nowadays, then it is very impossible to feel confident, to feel happy, to feel cheerful, to feel as if I want to attempt this examination. All these positive feelings are literally absent in this last 2-3 weeks. So what we have to do, we have to consciously choose to be positive, to be confident, to be fearless. And how we can do it? Out in. Say to yourself that you are confident. Say to yourself that you are fearless. Say to yourself that you are cheerful. Say to yourself that you are happy. All these things work because I will give you a simple example. Whenever we start driving a four-wheeler, everybody who can drive now or who do not even drive, they feel fear at the start, right? This is my very favorite example. Listen to it carefully. So the fear is at the start, but what we have to do is that we cannot watch 10-15 video on how to drive a car and then go and drive effortlessly. It won't happen. Whatever is your fear, whatever is the anxiety level, whatever is the self doubt, we have to go and sit on the driver's seat. We have to take charge of the steering wheel, we have to take charge of gear and everything, and we have to drive. We have to drive in spite of all our fear. We have to drive in spite of all the possibilities that we might meet an accident, right? what we do, we tell ourselves that, yeah, Pallavi, you are, yes, confident, you are feeling confident, you can drive, you can do this, you can drive, and with that we drive on first day with lot of fear and anxiety, then second day, then third day it is little reduced, then fourth day, fifth day it is again reduced to a great extent. All with all these things, after 3 to 4 weeks we are a pro driver, right? We become the pro driver. So it won't happen that every time you will feel confident and you will do things confidently. When you are not feeling confident, you have to tell yourself forcefully that you are confident, you can do this, you can do this. And then after few days, after this conscious out in, you are telling yourself, you are not innerly facing it, you are outerly telling yourself that you are confident, but your brain listen to this and you follow this forcefully. But after 3 4 5 days it becomes a habit, it comes naturally to you and you start feeling confident. This car driving is a perfect example for that. So if you are feeling very very anxious now, if you are feeling very low in confidence, if you are not feeling happy, all these things, start forcefully telling yourself, you can tell, yes Pallavi, you can do this, Pallavi, you are confident, you can do this in your mind, you can say it loudly. Whenever you are facing mock, whenever you are feeling fearful, say to yourself that you can do this and do it, start doing it. After few days your pattern will change, after few days your negative things will get converted into positivity if you are doing out in emotional recharge. This has always helped me. I will tell you one of my another experience where in 2020 I was in my second year of graduation, post graduation. So I could not get enough time, I was not that very much prepared compared to my rest of the attempts. So I was doing static for sure, then um, I was thoroughly doing static, then I did PYQ, current affairs. I have to rush through current affairs because I had not enough time. CSAT I did not even touch. Trust me, CSAT 0% in 2020 attempt, CSAT 0%, because with my PG examination and all these things I could manage static, PYQ and little bit of current affairs. Then I attempted one of the All India mock before 12 or 15 days before the actual prelims date. I still remember the prelims was in first week of October in 2020 due to COVID and all. Okay, so before that 12-15 days I attempted that mock and I scored in 70s. The score was in 70s. I was so shocked. I was shocked that in spite of doing all these things, how can I scored 70? And before this, I had cleared prelims several times. So, but I knew that I have followed the process. I have done my static, I have done my PYQ, I have at least done some current affairs. So the score should not be like this. In the final, it should be definitely increasing. I felt like skipping that attempt. I felt like very very negative, frustrated. But then what I did, I chose not to bog down. I chose positivity consciously. I was very 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 fierce because I felt like I am capable of clearing this prelims several times, and how can this test give me 70s marks? Instead of feeling bogged down, I chose to feel very very confident. I literally wore that confidence and I attempted 2020 paper and I literally cleared it with flying colors. Just because I changed my attitude, I consciously chose the positivity rather than getting automatically in negative mode. After seeing 70 marks, automatic negative mode is like, I will not be able to clear this examination, I should skip this attempt, I am feeling very very frustrated, how can I do about this? All these things will come, right? So choose to be positive, choose to consciously be in a positive state of mind, and this will work like magic for clearing this examination. So for mindset, as of now, all these things I have told. We will talk in detail in coming few days. Oh, so this is one of my favorite poster. I have seen this in one of the gym in Delhi when I was preparing from Delhi. So the title says, I will beat her. Let us read. I will train harder, I will eat cleaner, I know her weaknesses, I know her strength. I have lost to her before, but not this time. She is going down, I have the advantage. Because I know her well, she is the old me. Till this line, I was just wondering, like, what is the meaning, for which person the poster is talking about all these things, right? But with this line, it was like an enlightening experience, that I am doing all these things and I am beating my old version. This was so striking, like it hit my mind like anything. From that day onwards, I always checked whether I am beating my yesterday's performance, whether I am beating the yesterday's old Pallavi. You also follow this. You do everything and you try to be a better version of yourself in your every aspect of preparation. It will definitely yield a very, very good result. Always remember this quote. Always remember this paragraph. Okay? Okay. So next is, so we have seen about mindset. Now we'll go to preparation mode. So in preparation, there are two aspects: static and current. Right? So a very, very simple rule for static: one subject, one book. So I am not talking about all NCERTs here. I am just focusing on one book. For example, for modern India, we read Spectrum mostly, right? For polity, we read Lakshmikant mostly. So like that, one subject, one book. If you follow that, your sources gets limited. Follow that book which everybody is following mostly, because it is in relative examination. If your competitor is reading, 90% of the aspirants are reading Spectrum and you are reading something else in which the data from Spectrum is not covered, then it is little challenging, because if the question comes in examination and you are all sincere counterparts are attempting it, because it is little bit related to Spectrum, or it is coming from Lakshmikant, but you have not read that source, then you are a little ahead of little behind of the competition in your preparation level. Okay, so this is the funda of selecting that book which is being followed by most of the people and most of the sincere people. And one subject, one book will limit your sources. Do not run behind the sources. I have never prepared so many sources. It is like one subject, one book, and on top of that, if you can add something extra, then that is fine, but it should not be another source or another book. Okay, multiple revisions. We should revise at least 3 times before prelims, right? That means 1 month, last 1 month is all about revision. I have already explained revision and notes making in my another YouTube video, which is like 50 days strategy. That was my first video I had uploaded. Please go and watch the selectively on 2x maybe. Please do not waste your time for watching whole of the video. Take what is required. So I have already explained about revision, how we can do 3 times revisions. Now as already 10 days have passed, so revision should start from 1 month before prelims, so 25th April. So already 10 days over. So now you still can do 2 revision. So you can go and watch that video and understand that. Notes, with every revision your notes should get into reduced into short notes, then the micro notes. So why this micro notes? Because in the last 5-6 days these will help you to revise things, and not only revise things but feel confident. If somebody is not having notes, right, trust me, they will feel like directionless. They will feel that they do not know what to read and what not to read. Bulky books cannot be, the pages of bulky books cannot be turned so quickly in the last few days. So micro notes are required. Even if you have not prepared short notes or micro notes, start now. You still have 10-15 days. You can make notes of most important things. Do not run behind making notes of everything if you have not done it already. Make notes of VIMP things. You know that which are the important topics by seeing the current affair trends. By seeing the PYQ trend. Okay? So PYQ, you cannot skip Harappa in the ancient India. You cannot skip fundamental rights in polity. You cannot skip the chapters like inflation or GDP in economy. So these are the very, very, very high yielding important themes, and for that you should have notes, short notes at least, so that you can revise them in the last few days. Many students ask me that they are not making notes, is it fine? But I will say it is fine if your pattern is like that, but if you can make micro notes or short notes, it will be much better, then what your performance will increase, your efficiency will increase, your confidence will increase in the last few days, and this is going to help you to get into your peak performance on 25th May. Okay, and also atlas mapping. So I never skipped atlas mapping. I was so thorough with my map that I had mugged up the whole atlas. I have already made an video on this. Please watch it. Please, many students are following it. I am getting feedback that their mapping has improved a lot. They are making all the mapping questions right, most of like 95% of the questions right in mocks. So that session will definitely help you. Please watch on the YouTube that session. Okay, so this is about static. Now current, one good source is enough. Okay, one good source, whatever is available with you, that should be one good source. It can be any source, but it should cover thoroughly the current affairs of the whole year. Okay, first is your scanning and reading. You will just scan, see, most of the time all the information will not be relevant. The questions may not come from every small aspects of the information, so you have to scan selectively. You have to scan that source, read that source very selectively, underline all the important things, underline the topics, very important topics. Not all the topics will be relevant and important also, please keep that in mind. So you can do scanning, first revision may scanning and underlining, first reading. Then I used to do highlighting. Whatever I have scanned and underlined as an important aspect, I will do highlighting. Okay, so if it is like 100-page booklet, scanning and underlining will reduce it to 50 pages है ना. एक पेज में half information will be important, 40 to 50 pages. दूसरे पेज में कुछ भी important नहीं होगा, and then in third page you will get 1/3 page important. All that things you will do, and then I will highlight. So I know that it is not an 100-page content now, it is like 40 or maximum 50 pages content. Then out of that I will make short notes. Okay, so out of that I will make short notes, so it becomes like a 10-page per booklet kind of thing, right? So with that you can prepare current affairs and you be ready. So now somebody is not having the notes of current affairs, they have just underlined or scanned. Please do not worry. Identify if you have time, make the notes of only very important topics, right? Or just highlight and just scan, flip the pages. For current it is doable, for static it may not be doable because the bulkiness of the static book, but for current highlighting and just flipping is doable. If you cannot afford to make short notes now, do this only, highlighting. Okay, now this is done. So this is static, this is current. The next aspect is implementation. So I know everybody is doing this preparation aspect. They are doing static, they are doing current, but for implementation, so many of them are facing challenges. I am talking all this based on the experiences and feedback of student. I am interacting with so many of them. So for implementation, we should have PYQ and mocks. Okay, revision also comes in implementation, but I have put it here in static and current. Okay, as an integral part of static and current preparation. So in implementation we have PYQ and we have mock. I am going to make a video on PYQ, how to analyze it and how to identify what content you should prepare for 2025. Based on the trend, I am not predicting anything, but I have observed few things many of you must have observed. I will just put it in a video, and so that you will be very clear what to do. Okay, so for me PYQ was a very thorough, I was very thorough with PYQ. I had literally mugged up. So if I am attempting 2022, if I can see a question, I can get the question gets clicked that they had asked this in 2019. So if I come across a question number 5 and it is talking about, let us suppose, groundwater, so I will remember that they have asked this in 2016 or 17, something like that. So I was so thorough that while solving actual prelims, I could recollect that some kind of similar theme they had asked in this year, or some kind of this option was there in that question. So so this much revision, this much familiarity you should build up with the PYQ. This will definitely help. Trust me, PYQ, not only the question but also options, they gets repeated. Okay, I will make that video and I will show you. Okay, then okay, so not just solving the PYQ, but making content is also important. about the question theme and about the option. Few content if you have, it will help you in eliminating the option of next year, because not the theme, let us suppose the theme or the question is not exactly repeated, but there will be options which are getting repeated, there will be few themes, few keywords will be getting repeated, and you will be at least able to eliminate those if not getting the right answer. So all these things we will discuss in that PYQ video. Patterns of solving is also important, and reverse engineering. So what you can do for few questions you don't know the answer, but you can do reverse engineering, that how the examiner arrived at this answer, what can be the mindset. Okay, all these things you can identify by doing the reverse engineering. Let us deal with all these things in the separate PYQ video. Then for mocks, now many students are saying that their score is very low in mock, they are getting many questions wrong in mock. Okay, for this the only solution is pattern identification. You have to identify your pattern, why you are getting questions wrong. You have to identify counter pattern, that how can you make that question right. All these things I have explained in 50 days prelim strategy video. I have already uploaded that video. In somewhere in the middle part of that video, I have explained how to analyze the mock, how to analyze the wrong questions, how to make patterns and counter patterns. Many students are improving their score drastically with this, trust me. So they are identifying their patterns and they are making counter patterns and they are implementing it in the next mock. You still have time to go for 2 mocks, till 10th May. Please do this as a priority. You have to identify your pattern. Okay, and your number of wrong questions will automatically get reduced by this, and the score is automatically increasing, right? Another aspect is silly mistake. I can guarantee you, whoever is getting number of questions wrong very high, you will identify 5 to 7 minimum silly mistakes in your wrong questions. Like you did not read the keywords, you missed the not, or you missed the incorrect and you read it correctly, right? And you missed certain keywords in the option. All these things are nothing but silly mistakes. If you are not reading things carefully and you are getting question wrong in spite of you having the knowledge, that means it's a silly mistake. They will be like minimum 5 to 7. You please identify it. If you can reduce them, your score is automatically increasing by 10 to 12 marks. Are you getting this? Many students have done this. Many students reduce their silly mistake to 0. I have seen this. They are telling me, they are giving me this feedback. Okay? So they have reduced the silly mistakes to 0. Their score is automatically 10 plus higher than the previous mocks. Understanding this, please work on your silly mistake. We cannot afford silly mistakes. I feel this, that we have sacrificed a lot. You all have sacrificed a lot for this one single examination. For one whole year you were studying, you were preparing, ruthlessly. You were, you faced so many hardships to reach to this level that you are attempting prelims 2025. And suppose you are, after doing all, life पूरा हमने इस पे लगा दिया है, literally last 1 year में, and we are not even reading the whole paper nicely. We are missing keywords, we are not reading incorrect and we are reading it correctly. So if we are doing all these things, then we are not respecting our hard work. Are you getting this? Right? So please read everything carefully. Do not make silly mistake. Do not jeopardize your attempt. Do not, fall in that trap that you are missing it by 2-4 marks because of just 1-2 silly mistakes. Please do not do that. Please take it very, very sincerely and seriously. You have to reduce your silly mistake to 0. Trust me, your score will automatically increase. Then exam time feel. So many students are attempting mocks in the study room, or they are attempting in their own library. So it will not give you that feeling of real time exam. You will be in your comfort zone and you will not make many mistakes, right? You will make mistakes, but the pattern will be different compared to the pattern which you would have done in your actual mock test of classroom test. Okay, so exam time feel is very important when you are attempting the mocks. Please sit in a very unfamiliar place. If you cannot go in a classroom mock, please sit in some different library or in some at different place rather than your study place or library place, so that you are not in your comfort zone. Okay, and if you can do that, you will feel that exam time feel and exam time pressure. You will identify how you are performing there, and it is a better practice compared to solving mock at your home or in your library. Please do that for at least 2 to 3 full length tests. Done. So this is implementation. Please focus on implementation. If you have not done mocks, please do them. You still have time, at least 2 to 3 mock tests till 10 12 if you have not done it. If you have already done it, go for one last mock maybe with all these things in your mind, and implement things. Do not be obsessed with preparation. Still students are asking me whether they should read geos and just not go for mock. Do not do this. Implementation is very 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 important. I have seen many students who are very very good in their preparation, but due to lack of implementation they are consistently failing in prelims. Do not do this. Please be obsessed with implementation in this last 3 weeks. Be obsessed with PYQ. Be obsessed with mock for next 4-5 days. PYQ for next all 3 weeks, like till your examination. Okay. And last thing, okay, so this is the process: doing PYQ, doing mock in this this manner only. Like I did exactly like this for every attempt. Whatever I have told, not even 1% is something which I have not followed, and I'm telling you it is all I have followed, and I have got the result every time. So I always believe in this: follow the process, focus on the process, follow it sincerely. Result is a sure shot byproduct. Are you getting this? Okay? Do not run behind result. Please follow the process, run behind the process, be perfect in your process, be very very quality productive in your process. Result is a byproduct. Then next, this I can definitely tell you, the latest example of this is my students Saurav Dhakne, AIR 628, and Rushikesh Gaikwad, AIR 610. They both were my interview mentorship student, and in 2024 civil services examination interview, both of them scored 200 marks. Both of them focused on process. Literally they followed each and everything that I was telling, and like the scientific process they followed. For them, previously for Saurav, his interview score varying between 150 to 160, and he jumped to 200 marks with the process. And for Rushikesh, it was his first attempt itself. He followed the process and he got 200 marks. Okay? So my belief in this quote is reinforced after their result, and they are the latest example of this: follow the process scientifically, result is a byproduct. Okay, last thing is D-Day matters. In spite of doing all these things, if we are not able to perform on D-Day, then it is a mess, it is a waste of time. So D-Day matters. For D-Day, you have to be very confident. You just fake your fears. Be very confident. Do out in, it. Like we have explained this. Do out in emotional recharge. Done. Fighting spirit. We have to be in fighting spirit, and we have to tackle each and every questions like one ball at a time attitude. Right? We will deal with one question and then we will go ahead. We will deal with second question, we will go ahead. Please watch how to attempt video that I have, how to attempt GS and CSAT. I have already prepared that video, uploaded on YouTube. That fighting spirit, will be with the help of that video, you will know what is that fighting spirit throughout the paper. Right? Then for example, I will give you a small example. In spite of all these things, we have to be very very still. Come what may, the surprises, the patterns, you should be very very sure that you are going to do it, because you are performing better than others. This is not an absolute exam, this is a competitive exam. I am repeating again and again. So I'll tell you, in 2022 I was attempting the prelims, and suddenly that only two option wala questions came. Right? Definitely I felt like this is something new and this is a little harder also. So I was little panicked, just like everybody. But then what I did, I just scanned the whole paper and I identified that the number of questions, such questions, is not high. right? In that 1 minute I scanned the paper and I could stabilize my mind that number of such a question is not high, so I should focus on rest of the 85-90 questions rather than worrying for the 10-15 questions, because they are hard, they are tougher for everybody. So I literally skipped those questions. I just rounded whenever the question is coming, I rounded them. I finished all the paper, and then in the last 10-15 minutes I solved all of them, because the number of questions were very less, and then I was done with the paper. I was very I had a very good score in 2022 also, right? So all these things you should do, and you should be in that fighting spirit rather than getting bogged down. In 2023 what happened? The number of only two questions were very high. The paper was not that tough. Trust me, if you see that paper, the paper was not that tough. People were able to reduce it to the 50-50 level, then take the guess and everything like that. But the moment people saw that there are so many questions, only one, only two, they got collapsed. Most of them got collapsed in exam hall itself, and that's why silly mistakes happen, and that's why the panicking mode exam solving happened, and that's why many questions went wrong and the cutoff was very low. If, let us suppose hypothetically, nobody had panicked in that manner, the cutoff would not have been that lower in that year, right? So in exam hall, fighting spirit will matter. Come what may be the surprises, what you are doing, how you are dealing with that surprises. In 2023 many people felt that if this paper is tough, it is tougher for everybody, so don't worry and just let us solve this. And many people scored very, very nice marks. I know people who have scored 95, 100 plus marks in that year, right? So that's the only difference. Are you in the fighting spirit, or are you just being fearful on that day and doing mistakes and hampering your attempt? That matters. I am going to make a video on D-Day, how you should be how you should prepare yourself, how you should go for the test, in between what should you do, and then what should be the do's and don'ts for that date. All these things I am going to explain. One of my student just gave me this feedback that whatever I had told her to do between the GS and CSAT paper for that 2-3 hours, she followed that, and she could attempt CSAT 10-15 questions more than her usual pattern, because she was following something else in that two papers. She was doing some things which are like don'ts for these 2-3 hours. She was not able to attempt CSAT very nicely, and she was playing on boundary. But she followed all these things that I told, and she could attempt CSAT very confidently, and her number of attempts increased, and she is well above the cutoff for CSAT, that qualifying level. So that's the difference. If you follow do's and don'ts for D-Day, your performance and your chances of clearing this examination is very high. I'm really soon making this video so that you can implement all these things in your one of the mock right now, so that you will follow the D-Day in coming days when you are going for GS and CSAT simultaneously, and you are doing all these things on that day, and so that you are confident to repeat all these things on the 25th May. So please watch that video. Lastly, Nishkam Karma Yoga, right? We have heard about all these things, but the peak should happen on this D-Day. Do not expect anything, do not judge anything, do not think about anything, just perform. Just perform on this day and you will get the fruits, definitely. Okay? More in depth we will talk in that separate video. And yes, respecting CSAT is very important. I have seen that many people, they will deal with GS and they will take CSAT lightly. Nowadays people are not taking CSAT lightly because of the toughness, but still what they do in that 2-3 hours between GS and CSAT matters a lot, right? That shows whether they are respecting CSAT or not. And if you are not respecting the CSAT, it is a very, very dangerous paper which can hamper the attempt itself. In 2020 CSAT, my experience I will tell. So I already told now that in 2020 I could not get any time, and I literally wanted to prepare for CSAT, but I could not, because I was doing simultaneous study for my PG and for that for UPSC also. So in spite of my wish, I could not do anything. I was 0% prepared for CSAT that year, but I had done it in previous attempts, so I just went. 2020 the passages were very tough for a person who is coming to the CSAT and not even turning one page. Literally, I had not even seen one page that year for CSAT, and I had gone for the examination. I was feeling bad, of course. I am not prepared good for CSAT, and I am going and attempting, but I had no choice. But then I respected the CSAT in exam itself, and I what I did is I started looking for the easier question. I respected the tougher passages. I literally left them. I literally left all the other questions, and I went for easier questions. I went for solving CSAT with a dedication, because the questions in CSAT were very, RC were very tough on that year. So I felt that not respecting CSAT was could have cost me that attempt, 2020 attempt, in spite of very good score in GS. So we should not do that. Somehow I pushed myself during that 2 hours. Somehow I pulled my limits, and I was able to clear CSAT comfortably into 2020. But I felt that not respecting it was blind. It was a very horrible mistake. So please do not do that. Please devote. I can see so many students are not giving time to CSAT even now, when the exam is like only few days away. So they are not even doing CSAT daily. They are not even giving 1 or 2 hours CSAT for CSAT daily. So I please request all of you, even if you have cleared CSAT before, even if you have not cleared, doesn't matter, please respect CSAT. Please devote 2 to 3 hours daily, just to make sure that you are feeling confident and you are thoroughly prepared for CSAT. And even if it is qualifying, it is very, very important, and it is getting tougher day by day. So please keep all these things in your mind. I have literally followed each and everything that I have told. I have even told that my mistake in 2020 CSAT. So if you do all these things, then I really feel that your journey will be easier, your journey will be confident, because you have followed the process. Your doubts will get reduced, and you will definitely do better compared to what you are doing right now in your final day. Thank you so much for listening to this session, and I am coming with 4 or 5 short videos in this series, so that I am explaining everything in a detailed manner, and you can take benefit out of it. Thank you so much.